Hello, YouTube. It's Carrie here, otherwise known as Fresh Orangina. It is day 7 of Vloganukkah. And I'm going to talk about bathroom issues post weight loss surgery. Okay, so what are all the things that maybe you don't really hear or truly listen to when you hear the stories before weight loss surgery? How it changes things in the bathroom can be quite significant. Immediately following surgery. When I had surgery like 13 years ago, when I came back and I was recovering at my parents' place, my mom was convinced that something had died under my bed. I'm not joking. She was convinced there was something dead in my room. Don't underestimate the power of a fart post-weight loss surgery. Never underestimate it, because you might think nobody will notice it, but oh, it doesn't smell even normal. Doesn't smell even normal. It smells so rancid. I can't really truly explain to you how bad it smells, because your body is in shock and like you're not digesting properly. There are immediate and extremely significant effects to your microbiota, which kind of helps you process anything that you're eating. You're eating kind of weird food to begin with anyhow, and your body can't handle it. And the smell is truly atrocious. It will get better over time. It will get better over time. Don't freak yourself out too much about the immediate after surgery smells, because, you know, that being said, there are certain things that you can eat that will make it much worse. Sugar and like highly processed carbs, namely, but also other things. Maltodextrin could cause it. Other weird ingredients in food, inulins and fibers and erythritol, sugar alcohols can cause problems. There's all kinds of things that can cause problems. And the fact is that a lot of those things are in many products that weight loss surgery patients use. So just make a note of it, that if you are having issues, you know, that you think are not really normal, keep note of what you are eating when you are having those issues. Like mark it on the calendar, maybe. I don't know. Can you have a poop calendar? Maybe that's a thing. Poop calendar. Okay, so people have issues with going too much, and a lot of people have issues with going too little. After surgery, there can be problems with peristalsis. That's how your intestines kind of move things along. And so things go a lot slower, and also we're eating a lot less, so there's not as much in our system to kind of bulk up and move things through. So things are very different, and they can be a lot slower. It's fairly typical to hear that bariatric doctors will say that post-surgical, you might only go once every 2 or 3 days. There are a lot of people who have issues with constipation because of this as well, though. I see every week on bariatric, message boards, people end up going to the hospital because they haven't gone to the bathroom in like 2 weeks or something. Like there's a problem. You don't know there's a problem there. Being strategic about the food that you eat to help with your digestion is pretty important. Making sure that you have some kind of like fiber in your diet, or like some spinach, or like something to help kind of, give you the fiber to help your system process everything and move it through. It's kind of important. So there's going too much, going too little, irritating foods. I've sort of covered that before. And then la creme de la creme, dumping syndrome. Dumping syndrome causes all kind of havoc on your digestive system. Basically what it is if anything moves, like, so there's like a couple different types of dumping syndromes, okay? There is the dumping syndrome I think most people are more familiar with, which has to do with sugar. And yeah, that can cause diarrhea. That can cause vomiting, it can cause diarrhea. Usually the diarrhea shows up like the next morning, or in the middle of the night. The other kind of dumping can be from eating too much too fast or not chewing enough. So if food ends up in your small intestine that hasn't been really digested and processed by your stomach and by your chewing, that can cause the body wanting to flush it out. And what will happen is that your intestine will basically flush with water, and that's going to dehydrate you as well. So it's really unhealthy thing to do. And your bowels will pretty much like evacuate themselves from being flushed out like that. I think it's sort of like the body senses that there's something wrong there, and so it wants to get whatever is in there out. So that can cause diarrhea. So there's a lot of bathroom issues to be aware of post-surgically, and realizing that you have the capability to control that through your diet a little bit and be proactive about it, so that you don't end up having an issue, or that make sure that if you have an issue that's starting to happen, that you stay on top of that, so it doesn't become a problem that you have to go to the ER for. Because believe me, nobody wants to go to the ER with bathroom problems. Oh, it's so horrible to go to the ER to begin with. But I'm sorry, for bathroom problems, that's just like, oh, and nobody got time for that. And that's my time for tonight. Hope you guys are all doing well. Have a good night. Bye.